Hi, good morning. I want to try out the. I just Somebody told me yesterday on my video yesterday that I'm looking pretty fuzzy, like blurry, and I think it's because I've been using the video camera that's right there on my computer, and I think that's not a very good camera. So I think that's why, because I'm not blurry. I'm nice and fresh and stuff or whatever. I don't know. I might be blurry in just natural life. I don't know. But so now you're on a tripod here on my desk. You are, not me. I'm not sure. But so what I'm doing is I'm still working on this here piece of stuff. Let me just see. I'm gonna move you over, like move this tripod over here, and then move this down like this. Then you can see what I'm doing right here. And excuse me for wearing the same clothes I was wearing yesterday, but I don't see why if I have to just keep wearing new clothes, different clothes, it just gets me so much laundry I have to do. So, um, I and it's cold, and this is a warm shirt, so I'm gonna wear the same one. But see, what I want to start doing now on my, I still want to do more work in my water, but I want to stop that for a minute and move somewhere else on my piece. And so, this whole piece, though, is a practice, learn as you go kind of thing, because I'm learning things as I'm working on this here project. But see, now, I think over here, I want to get some tree and forest kind of thing growing up this way. So here where I've got stuff, did a lot of couching of things this way in this like hilly thing. Up here, I want to start getting something going still in a on this side, still kind of in a couching, but I want to get it almost like foresty looking. So what I've done so far is I've twisted this piece of this, made this rope. I'll show you how I do that. I've got beside of me, I've got like pieces, well, this stuff. And so what as I do is, this was a rug that I pulled apart. This piece might work. This is a rug that I pulled apart, and I got all these colors. And oh, I got this one. Maybe this one will work. That one's good. Yeah. So I just pull out, and this is a lot of stuff down here from that rug. I just got it all in this big old zipper bag. And so what I want to do here, oh, no, I don't want that one. So I want to get these kind of colors, I guess. And I want to, I wonder if I can get that apart right there. Sometimes I can pull on these strings and the string will come right off, because sometimes some of these pieces, when they made this rug, they must have just got scraps from a sari factory somewhere. And but what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take these two pieces and I'm going to take this piece, and they're raggedy shaggedy, and that's just beautiful. And so what I want to do here, let's move that out of the way for a minute, and I'm going to take these two pieces. See, I like those colors. Those colors are fine. I could probably even take that one, and I'm pulling some lumps out of here. You see, some of them's got like lumps of threads. So I'll pull them lumps out of there. And so I'm going to twist it together to make a rope. So I'm going to just take a piece of thread here. I got a piece of scrap thread. Oh, I got that on a needle. This is good. And I'm going to just get them started together up at the top. I'm going to just get them started together at the top. Um, if you watched my live stream last night, you have to just excuse. I was trying to do work on my Joker journal, but the fact turned out that I was more interested in watching Ray, and so I really didn't do anything with my Joker journal, and I just talked and talked and talked. I got to learn more about doing a live stream with somebody and let the somebody talk, because I have this really gift of gab. I mean, and it's overflowing, and I talk a lot, and then my poor guest, my guest star, my guest superstar, just doesn't get a chance to see anything. And I want to have like other superstars coming in and hang with me. Like one of them is Laura Jersey. I want her to come in and hang with me sometime, because oh, she's awesome. And there's some other ones that I would love to come in, but I don't know if they've got cameras that they can do it with. But I want to get some other people just to come hang with me. So if you're watching this and you want to come hang with me, leave me a message. And so, okay, so I just got these two pieces together up here. And I just tied them together. Oh, I just got up, you guys. Well, I got up earlier, and then I got dressed, and I went and sat in my lazy chair, and I fell right back, slam asleep again. Okay, so I'm going to twist these. Now, where'd I put that piece? See how I twisted this into a rope? I twisted it into a rope so that I can then couch the rope. But see, this is what's going to be in my forest. And so I have my two pieces like this, and you can hook this onto like a clipboard or something up here. I've done that before, but I'm just going to use it like this. Okay, so now I have this top one and this bottom one. So I'm going to twist this away from me, a couple twists, and then turn it down and hold it with my thumb. Now this one's the top one, so I'm going to twist that one a couple twists away from me, and then turn it down and hold it with my thumb. And I'm going to keep doing that, twisting it away from me, and then just fold it down. So you can already see it starting to twist. And so then I'm going to just do that all the way down. You only really need to twist it once and down. Twist it once and down. And because my fabric is oddly shaped, I mean, it's not just a straight piece of fabric. What this works really well with is if you have t-shirt fabrics. T-shirt fabrics works really good in this. You get a nice smooth rope. Now, see this one here, I got a little lump sticking out there because that's where the piece of fabric was a little bit odd shaped. But like I say, the t-shirt fabric really stretches nicely into when you're twisting it, it stretches and it really is nice, and you don't have any fraying on it, you know. So if you have old t-shirts, be sure and cut them into strips and put them in your scrap bag, because those will come in handy. See, this one here has a piece of, right here, it's got some threads hanging from there. So when I twist that and put it down, them threads will probably just show off. But if you're in the forest and you're looking at trees, you're going to see that the bark is not smooth like a baby's behind. It's all rough, and there's going to be maybe moss growing from it, and you're going to see I'm twisting it away from me and then turn it down. And so yeah, when you're in the forest, you're going to see so much. Or you might see a tree trunk and you might see a vine growing on it, or some kind of moss. Down here in Florida, we have Spanish moss that grows in the trees, and we also have, like I've got on a couple of my oak trees, I have what's called resurrection fern that grows on my trees, which is absolutely beautiful because it looks like a fern, but it's actually a moss. And it just, the seeds from it can just fly through the air and land on another tree, and then it'll just start growing on another tree. The thing about the resurrection fern is it only stays green. I gotta rest my thumb. Uh, it only stays green for just a little while, and then it dies. It looks just dead. It's just brown. It's dead. If you pull a chunk off of it, off the tree, and bring it in home and put it in a little bowl of water, if you put it in the house, put it in a bowl of water, it'll just turn green that quick. I mean, quickly. It'll turn all green in just minutes. Actually, it will turn all green. And the same thing on the trees. It's all brown and it looks all dead, and then as soon as it rains, it just comes to life, and they call that resurrection fern. It's beautiful. But that's the thing when you're in the forest, and we kind of live in the forest, I guess. Well, I call it our forest. We live on 2.5 acres, but we're kind of in a forest. I call it a forest. Okay, so anyway, now see, there's my rope, and I'm gonna just clip that end of that with that clothespin. And there's my rope. See, is that how pretty that is? That's pretty. And now if I have, like I made this one, and this one's with narrower pieces of fabrics. This one is wider pieces of fabric. So here I've got a thicker rope, and this one's much thinner because the rope was, the fabrics was thinner. And see how there's the 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 edges are kind of raw edges, and that's raw edges because it was raw edges in the fabric. Now I can, when I you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and get my needle back here, and I'm going to, I like this here color. I don't have very much of that color left. Oh, I might have it in somewhere else close enough, but I like that color because I've used that for some couching where I don't want the thread. Sometimes when I couch, I want the thread to show because I want to have that contrast. But sometimes when I couch, I want it to sometimes when I couch, I want it to I want the couching threads to just blend in. So so then I use I try to use the same, there we go, same color thread. And when I use this one, I've been using a lot of this yarn. I've been using a lot of this so far in this project, and this thread is exactly the same color. So I love using that in that piece. This, I am having so much fun with this here project that I'm doing, because it for one thing, it doesn't take up a lot of space on my desk. And so because it doesn't take up a lot of space, I can fold it away and then go do something else for a while. And I like to do that. I like to be able, I got a short attention span, so I'm going to sew this at the end. I'm just going to get me a piece of string through there and wrap it around and tie it. Tie it in a knot. Let's see how I can't even do nothing. My fingers are cold. I got my heater on, still got a heater. Later on, you know, this afternoon I might have the fan on. You never know about this weather in Florida. I got my heater on. You probably hear it humming. I noticed that it hums, but I need my heater on. And it's just a little space heater I have, and it's down there almost at my feet. And then the heat rises, so then it rises. So then it rises, yeah. And it keeps me warm, and I need to be warm. I don't like to be cold. Okay, so now I'm going to just cut the end off of this. But then see this piece? I won't throw that away. I'll put it right back in my bag because you never know when I'll need that piece in something else. Okay, so I got that one tied, and then I'm going to, I got that one clipped, so I'm going to tie that, which it actually doesn't hardly come undone, even if you let it go, but I'm going to go ahead and stitch it. I just put that thread through there. I wouldn't really even have to put it through it. Just tie any kind of a little string or put a little rubber band or something on the end, just to double sure it doesn't untwist on you. But like I say, when you twist it, you know, away from you and then to you, then away from you and then to you, it holds itself tight together. And I hope that makes some kind of sense. A lot of things I say don't make very much sense. But now I'll put that right there. Now, so now I have them tied at both ends. Now this end right here, I kind of like this right here. I like how that looks right there. So I'm going to leave that right there. But now I have let me see, why do I have these things in my area? I put that back in this drawer. Put this back in my cup. This is a shaft from a pen, an Eco pen. It quit writing, and it I used up all the ink in it. So you just take the ink refill out and throw it away. Well, I didn't throw it away. I put it in my ink. I don't throw anything away. But I'm gonna make a doll out of this. Let me see. Where'd I put that book? Oh, I don't have it right here. I know I don't have it far because I just had it because I just got it. But there's a doll in this book that I just got from Miss Beadle. But the body of the doll is about this wide. And then she's got a beautiful dress and her head and her arms. But this is about how wide her body is. I'm going to use this as... Oh, I can't find it to show it to you. But anyway, that's what... Oh, so I'll put that in my cup holder right there. I'm in my thing. All right, now. So this is what my plan is. My plan of action is to start going up this way. With my forest. See, these are long enough I can fold them in half, and I can start couching up this direction. I can start couching up that direction. I'll probably use this brown thread. And that's what I'm going to use for couching. And so this is, I really think this is going to be awesome the time it gets done. I really do think that it's going to be so awesome. I'm thinking over on this side I might be doing, I did a little bit of green painting here on this side. I might do a little painting up here too. I might do a little painting up there. I'm not sure yet. But I do know this side is going to be like trees and forest is going to go here. And I'll probably cross over a little bit here on over this barn. Not cover it up completely, but cross over it up a little bit. That's what I think. So, and when you're doing something and you don't have any directions, you don't really know exactly what you want to do, it is so much fun because you can plan it as you go. You can plan it as you go. You can come up with ideas as you go, and and you don't go back to the directions. I've been watching one YouTuber that's been doing what she's doing is she bought a kit that makes these little rooms, and oh my gosh, they are just beautiful. And I went and looked at the kits and stuff on Amazon and around, and I thought those are so pretty when they're done. And I almost thought about, well, I did think about it, and I was thinking about getting just a small one just to try it. And then I thought, no, I would probably never do it or never finish it because I can't do things that have instructions. It's just, it's not that I can't follow instructions. I can follow instructions, but I just don't want to. I don't want to follow instructions. I'd rather just go, fly by the seat of my pants and just do whatever comes up, whatever I think about doing. That's what I want to do. And like this here piece is it's going to include a lot of different things. It's got some embroidery stitches in here. Embroidery stitches. It's got this piece of fabric because I like the image on it. Is what I started with. And then I'm just working around it. I have got some yo-yos on there, some buttons on there, or these yo-yos are also called Suffolk puffs. This is a little flower here that is just made out of scrap fabric with a button on top of it. This is a crocheted flower that's in there. There's going to be so much different in here. And I want some beads in here, more buttons and beads and that kind of thing that I want in here. And that's what it's going to be. I wonder if I want this heavier stuff on the outside and then this in. No, I don't. I want this. Doesn't really matter, but so I'm going to start couching it down here. I'm going to stuff it down into this green, and see, that's where I couched on some of this green yarn. It's some kind of yarn, but I couched some here. I folded it so there's like four strands together, so it's that thick, and then I put it on and couched it on there, and so I'm gonna stuff that fold down in there a little bit and start couching it down here. And when you're couching, it's just any stitch you want to use is exactly fine. Some people, when they couch, they'll use a X all the way up. You can just whip stitch it all the way up, or you can blanket stitch it all the way up. No matter how you stitch it is right. And so now in this particular piece, which some might say that it's not right, I'm a lot of my I'm getting it awful gathered up in the back. It's all crinkled and wrinkled in the back. So, but when you look at it on the front, it doesn't really show that. So I think the whole thing, except for right here, is going to be crinkled. Well, it will here even, because I'm going to put some more stitches like this here, where I put in some grass and flowers with embroidery floss. I'll do some more of that up here in these trees. And there's some brown in the branches, so I may put some brown in there and just kind of copy that a little bit. And so it might crunch up a little bit, so it'll be kind of a little bit wrinkled. Oh, and I might do their tails too. I might change and make this white one into a unicorn. I mean, be a unicorn in a pack of horses, you know. But I might make this one into a unicorn. And see, this is how you can think. Oh, you can't see. This white one, I might make him into a unicorn. Or maybe these two white ones into unicorns. And to make them into unicorns, all I have to do is to make them a little golden horn. Okay, Papa, I love you too, sweetie. Um, make a little golden horn and just change their, like I have this thread, this sashiko thread here, all different colors, and I just got it hanging on a hook right there, and make their manes. So these brown ones will stay horses, but that I think is what I'm going to do. That just come into my head, is to change them two white horses into unicorns. I will do that and make their tails and their manes all different colors. Oh, see how you can do when there's no instructions? And so I'm going to just continue couching this piece up, and all I'm doing is just a whip stitch, and I'm using the brown thread, and so it's blending right in. And see, because I use two different colors of fabric to make the rope, it really gives it a nice, it's just nice. It makes it look, I think, better than if I was just to use one color. And I'm blessed to have this whole bag full of fabrics of it, because I took that rug apart. And I've looked at other rag rugs in the stores, and they're just not the same as this one that I bought. This one that I bought at Ollie's. We got this store called Ollie's, and it's a it's a store. Well, I guess it's a chain of stores, but it's what they do is it's like sort of like a big box store, but they got lots of things, and they buy things in bulk and then they have it in their stores. So you'll never see the same things in the store. But they, at this one time, I bought a rug down there, and it was like a rag rug, but the colors to me they were so bright and bohemian looking, and it looked like a real rag rug. It looked raggedy. And I said, I need to have that rug in my life. And so I had it, and I used it for, gosh, a couple years, I guess. And I washed it many times. And I washed it and dried it. Well, then it started coming apart. And I thought, well, this rug, darn it, I love this rug. And I was first looked at it to see how I could repair it. And then I kind of saw where it was coming apart, the piece of fabric that was sticking out, and I said, I was just so excited when I saw that. I said, there it started. I started taking it apart, and the more I took it apart, the more fabrics I was finding. It was like a treasure chest of fabrics, and I was so excited to find those. And so I just took the whole thing apart, and I have this whole big bag. It's like a pillowcase size bag here that I just have it filled up with all them pieces of fabric that came out of that rug. And so, and I have so many things I can do with that. And what did I do with that brown thread? I throw it in the floor. I drop so much stuff in the floor. Well, I don't know what I did with it. You're probably, oh, here it is. And so, anyway, but I love using those fabrics in something like this. And, you know, couching, mostly in the couching thing. But I can also make, like, I've also done with the fabrics, I've done these little clusters um, of scrunch pieces where I just scrunch the fabric. There is, after I did these for a while, I learned that this is really a thing because I seen Arlene do it, and she called it something where she did it, and I thought, oh, that's what I was doing with my, and there's a name for that, but you just kind of take a long stretch of fabric, and you just in and out, stitch all the way, and then pull it and gather it together, and you come up with something like this. I'm doing that with the fabrics. Look, I got a feather in there, and I put that there because I think that feather might end up in this somewhere. Okay, now, what was I doing? I was threading this needle. And, so, I, so, yeah, my little bag full of, scraps, and like I say, and the size of my scrap bag there is, like a nice big fluffy pillow. That's about how big, that's how much I have. Enough to make a big fluffy pillow. King size fluffy pillow. And so that's a lot. Um, that's a lot of, that's a lot of scraps. I hope my needles come today. I ordered needles. I have needles, but I ordered this bunch of needles that they're labeled. The reason I ordered them is because they're labeled. They're in little tubes, and the tubes are labeled. And so I know exactly, like if it says on the top, this is a number whatever milliners, I can know when I pull that out of there that that's a number whatever milliner's needle. Or I'll know when I pull a needle out of this other one that says it's a chenille needle, I'll know that's what that is. And so that's the only way I know that I can actually learn what my needles are. Because as I'm learning, the girl I'm learning mostly from tells you what needle to use. Now I wonder if I want to overlap this and go like this. I think I do. Yeah, I do think I do. Rather than having these two together and then these two together, yeah, I'm going to overlap them. So now instead of okay, sweetie, instead of stitching this other leg on, I'm going to kind of overlap these right here and overlap it down here and get this one put here, and then I could even, we'll see what I do down here. I don't have to know what I'm doing at the beginning. I do not have to know. I'm going to start this one up through the bottom and come up to the top and then start wrapping. Why'd I get that in a knot there? I don't want to have it in a knot. And so, yeah, my needles might come today. I usually ask Alexa if I'm getting any deliveries today, and then she'll tell me what I'm getting and what time it'll be here. She's not always right. I was thinking, but she is very accurate with the weather. She is very accurate with the weather. So instead of watching the weather person on TV, we just ask Alexa about the weather. She's accurate, and she's more accurate than them other guys that comes on the television. And so, yeah, she's pretty accurate. So I want this to be couched close to the one I just couched. So I'm gonna kind of hold it like this and keep couching all the way up. Now on this one too is if there's a place that I don't have my tree trunks or my whatever, my forest right close together. And um, if there's fabric showing, I can take then, and what I use is I can paint the fabric. And what I use is my, like spray inks, but instead of using the spray because it's very watery, I just open the lid and use a brush and I brush. This here was a spray ink that I didn't spray on there. I just put my paintbrush into the paint and then painted it on here. And then I put seed stitches on there, which I might add more stuff even to this piece. But see, I can go from here to here to here to here, and I can do that as I'm going. And who knows how long it'll take me to get this done because I don't work on it constantly. I I'll work on this for a while, then I might go sit in there with Papa and I might work on my crow knitting blanket that I've got going on in there. Or I might sit at the dining room table and I might do some drawing because, see, I'm a jack of all trades, master of none, and I try everything. I want to just try everything. There was something even just recently that I seen somebody doing. I said, oh my gosh, I want to try that. But right now I can't remember what it is, and maybe it'll be a good idea if I don't remember what it is because I really don't need to try anything new. I have enough stuff going on here that I don't need to try anything new. And so, although I do want to take a couple t-shirts apart just to make the fabric strips, which I do take t-shirts apart already because I'm working on crocheting a bath mat out of t-shirt yarn. And so I do have that going on too. It's not finished. I've showed that one on a video and I'm not finished at all. But I'm working on it. And so when I feel like working on it again, I'll work on it again. And so now I'm almost to the top of this one. And I just saw too, see, and this is the thing. This is the thing about when you're thinking outside the box and you're just thinking about what you're doing as you're doing it. Not thinking about the finished project, nothing. Okay, so I'm going to take that and tie that in a knot here. I probably don't really even have to finish it off in a knot, but I'm going to, just to be sure it doesn't come unstitched. But if it did come unstitched, it would be okay, because it would just add to the beauty of the finished piece. But what I just now thought of, see here, when I couch those two together, not intentionally, but it's not close together right there. If I were to take some, like a sky blue color of the ink, and I go and paint this right in here, it'll look like the sky peeking through the trees. And that may be what I'll do. And then I might put a couple little French knots in there of blue as well. And that may be exactly what I'll do. And in fact, I think I like that even better than if I was to jam them together. So they can be jammed together at the bottom and then kind of open up as I go, and then leaving them little spots. And then, or I could even put some blue fabric or something in there. But I think I kind of like, since I got some painting over here on this side, I think putting some painting in here is going to be fun. I think that would be neat. So, like I say, you use a lot of thread going and doing this, but it's okay because I don't use the fancy threads. I've seen Arlene use she's got the fancy threads, and oh my gosh, are they gorgeous. But she's like a professional artist, educated artist, I'm a homegrown artist, so I can just use recycled materials and recycle and just the inexpensive threads. That's what I use, and I think I think mine will be pretty enough to make me happy. If and if I do have some really nice threads, because um, some folks have sent me like care packages, Happy Mail, and stuff like that, which has got beautiful threads, and so I do have some that way. I don't know what they are. I don't know if if they've got a fancy name or whatever, but and then I've bought like this here piece of cord. This I bought at the Tuesday morning. See, because they call it twist cord, and that was 89 cents for this. But even this is pretty stuff. 89 cents. And I don't know how well I could sew with this, but I could probably, if I have a big enough needle, I could probably even stitch with this stuff. So, and it's not made to stitch with. It's a cord, made in China, something or other. Largo, Florida. But anyway, if it's made in, oh, you know what? I bet it's made in China, then shipped over, and then in Largo, Florida, they probably then is where they actually package it and get it ready for sale. And so, but I'm going to be just using a lot of these inexpensive things that I just so happen to have. And that is what is going to be, that's going to be what is perfect for my finished project. So now and as I'm twisting, it's pulling threads from this other piece, and it's getting them just tangled up into the piece that I'm couching. But if you're in the forest and you look at the forest floor, you're going to see that kind of thing. You're going to see these kind of grasses that's growing, and you're going to see how they do tangle up in the bottom of the tree trunks and whatnot. And so that is what makes the forest so beautiful, and that's what is going to make this project so beautiful. And I'm really excited about this project. I'm really excited about this project. Some people can do this in their lap. I can't really do it in my lap. I have to be on a tabletop surface to do mine. And so some people do their embroidery and stuff. And this is somewhat a little bit like embroidery, because we use a lot of embroidery stitches in here, and I'm learning those stitches as I go along. I don't know that I would remember the stitches, but I'm learning them as I'm going on nonetheless. And so but I'm telling you, girls and boys, ladies and gents, doing something like this is like the best medicine ever. So many of us are homegrown artists. We have not had one bit of formal training in art. Our art teachers are each other. We are teaching each other, because each little thing that you show in your arts and crafting is an art as well. So you're still, even if you're a paper crafter and that's all you do, you're still an artist. You're crafting, but you're an artist, because you are putting things together that you feel like need to be together, that go well together. And so you're and I call them, I say we, but I call it a homegrown artist, and that is almost, in my opinion, see, because my opinion is very important. It's almost just as better. It's better than a professionally trained artist, because if you're a professionally trained artist, you are learning to do something exactly right because that's what your instructor just told you to do. So then you get a grade on it, a A, B, C, D, or a F, and you're learning it. But if you learn as you go and you're a homegrown artist, you are learning the more creative way of doing something, which is the right way because it's the way you decide is the right way. There are so many artists out there too that have not had any training whatsoever, formal training. But like I say, just um, no formal training. Just like I do is I go from video to video, different videos, and then I start doing things that I see, partially what I see, and then I just keep going from there. Then I just keep going from. So I got 3 of those strands couched on now, and I got space in between some of these. See, so now I might not put like this here. I got space here, but I might take. Let's see if I've got a color that would work of one of my scrunchies here. Of my scrunchy thing. Ooh, I could use just this color. I have to get some more of these scrunched up. So I have, oh, even if I were to put like this piece, let's see, I was holding on to that piece, but right there, I got that feather. Even if I were to put a piece like this in here, stuff that into that open space and couch it in, it'll look like there's some flowers growing in the forest. See, because it's just that little bit of scrunched fabric that I scrunched it together. In fact, I think I will put that in there because then that is going to look like a flower growing in the forest. A wildflower is growing there in that forest. And see, like I got that piece that could go in. Oh, I think I would put that at the bottom. I still think I want to put a blue sky in there. But see, as I couch these, I probably wouldn't put that in there. I'll probably just try and couch that closer. And I see I'm already at 48 minutes here, so, and since I don't do any editing or anything, I think I'm just going to, look at this feather. What if that feather starts living in the middle of this couching process? Gosh, that is even neat looking. The feather. Oh my God, this is exciting. When you don't have any instructions or whatever, it's exciting just to see what you can come up with. And I believe that I am going to enjoy this just hanging on a wall, thumbtack it to the wall or whatnot. Okay, well, hopefully this video is a little bit easier to see. Hopefully it's clearer because I'm using my tripod in my camera rather than the webcam that's on the computer. And so hopefully this one is clearer and easier to watch. Okay, let me see. I have such trouble turning my universal joint. My universal joint has gone bad. Okay. And so I can hardly twist and turn anymore. Maybe if I exercised, maybe that's what I need. Not getting enough exercise. But I'm going to look and see what our ancestors have to say to us today. So they sent us this postcard today. They're 2 cents worth from heaven. I just love the stamps that are on here. 2 cents from heaven. Love them. Okay. And this is what they have to say to us. I'll probably make another video tomorrow to see where I'm at on my process here. Probably another one tomorrow. I've been making one every day for, I think this is number 5 or something. Okay. Dear you, what is true for you? Can you be impeccable with your word? Sure you can, as long as it's not used to manipulate others. The truth can set everyone free. Let go of the results. Let go of your fears and allow the truth to empower you and others. This will set into motion a kind of change that will be supportive of you and loving and all kinds of prosperous. This is not a time to compromise and hide your truth from others. Whatever it is you want, go for it. And be clear in your motives, especially with yourself. You will be so happy you did. This is a time where you will tap into the power to co-create and manifest your best life. Doesn't that feel amazing? And the results? Miraculous. When you tell the truth and ask the same of others, you can learn a lot from life's bountiful lessons and achieve your dreams. And life has got so many bountiful lessons for sure. Love you always. And that is our message today from our ancestors. I love reading these cards. I love reading these cards. And usually I'll read one a day, and sometimes I might read more than one a day, just to get them. And it's odd too that when I pull a card, and I read it, it's like something that I really, really need to hear today. And so I try and put the one I read right there on that side, so that I don't read the same one 2 days in a row. But yes, these are postcards from Spirit. They're a 52 card oracle deck, and they're written by Colette Baron Reed. Colette Baron Reed is who wrote those. These are nice too. They're very nice. Well, actually, she's one of the spirits up there on Cloud 9, and so she, as not Colette, she's up there on Cloud 9 too, and she's with our other ancestors. They're all sitting up there having tea and crumpets, and they talk amongst one another, and then Miss Colette, she kind of writes down what everybody is saying, and she sends us the postcard. Yeah, we like her a lot. Okay, I ask God to watch over you and you and you and you and your mother and your sister and your brother and your neighbor. Every step you take, every move you make, bring you back to the next video safe and sound. Hopefully tonight I'll do a live stream. Not really sure if I will, but if I do, it's going to be doing I'm going to be making a prayer flag, and I'm going to pick a country that needs prayer. And I think right now my country that I would make a prayer flag for would be, and I can't think of the name of it. What is that little tiny country? I can't think of the name of it. Oh gosh, I can't think of stuff. But yeah, I think that country needs some prayer. And that's that other one that's near Russia. I can't remember the name. But and so when I do make a prayer flag, it's like I make them for a country, and for the people of the country. Not, well, yeah, I was going to say not so much the politicians, but yeah, all of them, the people of that country. And so I ask God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make, keep you safe, keep you happy, keep you humble. And bring you back safe to the next video. And thank you so much for watching. You guys are my friends. You are my family. I am so glad. And any ideas that you have that I could add to my project here, put them in the comments below, and that'll be wonderful. And because I'm taking your, oh, I've gotten already so many neat little ideas to add to my project just from your comments. And so we're working on this together. All right. God bless you all. Thanks for coming. Bye bye. And we turn this off.